Welcome in, everyone, and welcome to another session with the Second Chances. We're going to start, as we always do, with our thank yous, the first of which go out to Critical Role for creating Exandria, the wonderful world that we all get to play in most weeks, as well as to all of the artists whose music we use here, such as Reliquary Records, Hunter Rogerson, Critical Role, Dungeon Glitch, and Borislav Slavov. So go and check them out. I also have another artist that I've found thanks to someone on Threads that once I go through and listen to some of their stuff, I will let you know, Callie, and we might be able to add another one to the library of music that we use.
Heck yeah.
So, last time, with the Second Chances, you all had... a lot's happened, but you have recently found yourself back in Rexentrim after venturing to the Far Realm and returning with a piece of the Crawling King's throne to the hag, who is going to use it, allegedly, to help heal and save the Pallid Grove. Upon returning to Rexentrim, you finally got to see the mansion that you were gifted like 3 or 4 months ago, and added your own touches, decorated, moved sort of all your stuff in, and after disappearing for the first 24 hours, Zana showed up the night after with people from all of your families or your pasts or your backstories in some way, shape, or form, and you all had a big dinner and then a few days of reminding yourself who and what it is that you fight for. Once everyone was sent back to where it was that they came from, Corey and Gil had a kind of heart-to-heart where Corey finally gave him the Phoenix Feathers and the White Dragon Claw, freeing him from the prison of his card box, which, because he was no longer bound to, he did lose some portion of his power, but was free now. And proceeded to fuck off somewhere.
Right away.
Not right away. He took a couple minutes to, explain. He didn't just disappear. But with one patron exiting the scene, we did have another one take up the reins, and Corey became a patron for young Saris. I believe she was given minor illusion, and that might have been it.
I think she was given 2 cantrips.
She had the message one, or
maybe it was message.
I think it was message and minor
Okay,
illusion.
everyone back home in Western is gonna hate that she can just talk to them in their head now.
Yeah. Oh God.
And I believe that was sort of all like this sort of really big major thingies. Triv is apparently having a fling with Hermia's second brother, Leander II. And Zenithal had came over to try and drop off a sort of housewarming gift incognito, and Evelyn and everyone had kind of somehow convinced him in for some tea, and it was awkward for everybody. You had then went to Zenithal's once you had sent everybody home to talk about the meeting that you were going to be having with the king. And that is where we left off, was with all of you heading towards the castle in the middle
Maeve chosen
of
as
Rexentrim.
spokesperson.
And Maeve was apparently chosen as the spokesperson. That's right. So that is where we're going to jump in. So, as you leave Zenithal's manor and head from the Shimmer Ward to the castle Umbrock Terrace, standing vigilant in the center of the inner walls of Rexentrim. None of you have ever been here before. You probably haven't even got necessarily close to it, and it's maybe not exactly what you expected. You have to move through what is essentially a kind of small district of compact military outposts that surround the castle. You all walk 2 by 2, 2 by 3, with Zenithal in the lead as various Crown's Guard, Righteous Brand, and different diplomats turn their eyes towards you in silence. The dark stone of the castle splits into numerous towers, while high-arched stained glass windows dress the exterior of each floor of the citadel. Umbrock, which means unbroken in Zemnian, is a dark, monolithic, Gothic mass of stone, an awe-inspiring citadel that can cause dizziness if you let your eyes follow it to the top from within its shadow. The central pentagonal stronghold rises up like an intricate, jagged mountain, a metaphor perhaps for the Empire's power. You see numerous pointed battlements and spires surround its towers with complex raised walkways amidst the tall arches of those colored glass windows. And the central castle wall extends in 4 directions into the surrounding sections that could independently be their own separate strongholds, all of which are attached to the unbroken castle. As you are led into the wide, echoing halls of the castle, your footsteps all fall like distant echoes of thunder. Eastern hallways are lit with colors as the rising sun splashes through the stained windows, and the western ones are still dark and covered in shadow, lit only by flickering torches lining the walls. You are flanked on either side to the front and back by Crown's Guard as you move through. You're brought to a large set of double doors carved from a thick, deep red wood, each bearing the crest of the Dwendalian Empire, an owl and wheat over the crown. 4 more guards, 2 on each side, pull the door open as they see Zenithal approaching. Before you can enter, a gnomish man is exiting, pushing through the doors while the guards are still pulling. He has short black hair, shaved high on the sides and back. The left side of his head, sort of above his ear, sort of above and behind his ear, bears 2 deep gouged scars. He's wearing expensive, formal leather armor with decorated daggers sheathed on his hips and lower back. He smiles politely at you as he walks by with a nod. Good luck, second chances. People like us don't often get a third.
The fuck?
As he continues to walk, Zenithal whispers to you. Pay him no mind. That is Oliver Schreiber, retainer to the crown, master of spycraft.
Fair enough.
This song is way more epic near the end
Yeah,
than I had
was
anticipated.
Like, hey! I know. I was like, hearing a brass song is a lot. That's why I use it as my intro.
Let's try Smaller Than Grains of Sand, see if that works out better. Entering into this enormous throne room chamber, the ceiling ramps up towards the back where extremely tall walls bear numerous red banners that hang nearly 40 to 50 feet from the apex. The back center of the chamber climbs with stairs upwards to multiple small platforms containing high-backed chairs that face inward toward the pinnacle of those rising stairs, where you see a wide platform that holds an incredibly tall throne. Among these platforms, facing the throne, are 6 chairs, all but one filled with someone whose importance and influence you can only guess at. This will work. As you walk forward, all eyes in those chairs look upon you. The first of which you notice at the top of the dais is the king. A tall, broad human somewhere in his 60s to 70s with wavy, dark gray hair falling past his shoulders, a long, thin beard tied from below, and a golden crown that matches the one you saw on the Empire's crest. This is King Bertrand Dwendal. Standing behind the throne, but off to his left, you see an elven woman, perfectly composed and statuesque with her hands held behind her back. She has bright green eyes and long blonde hair pulled into a tight braid. As you follow Zenithal up and you reach the center of the room, with the king now looking down towards you and 5 others on all sides, the elven woman speaks. The second chances, your majesty. The king pauses for a moment as if taking you in while everyone else waits, bated breath, for him to speak first. Archmage Alabaster, you may take your seat. Zenithal politely declines. If your majesty has no objections, I still stand with those who have aided me in acquiring the knowledge I've uncovered thus far. King nods. I have been waiting some time to finally meet you, young people. From what I've been told, since word of your story has reached me, you've been busy. Of all the reports that I've gotten from various sources, I'd like to hear from your perspective, and with your own words, what exactly you've been doing, and most importantly, why.
Can someone remind me, before I start, we're not mentioning the Oracle, right? Did we agree upon that? Or how did we...
I think the only thing we agreed not to mention was the
Far Realm, I know.
Far Realm, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think Zenithal had also mentioned that unless they bring it up, you don't necessarily have to talk about the Plague of Eyes.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's up to you how much you want to...
Maeve's gonna try to take the conservative route, but she'll bow her head. My name is Timavra Ashfall. And to answer your question quite simply, we have all banded together because there have been portals to other realms that have been opening at inopportune places for inopportune reasons. And all of us together have the power to close them, to keep safety within this realm. And since we have this, we found all together have this ability, that is why we have continued what we have been doing. She's starting off conservative with her answering of this, but just to kind of make him ask more specifically.
He stares at you all long and hard. As you glance around the room, none of the others here they all seem to sort of also be waiting. You do recognize at least one of them, Astrid Beck, the Archmage of Civic Influence. In her 40s, dirty blonde hair combed to one side to sort of frame her face. There's a burn scar on her neck and another scar running from her brow down to her chin. Let me try asking it a different way then. Why are you, he points directly to you, Timavra, following this call? Why is she, a warrior from another world, risking her life here? Why, as a former criminal from Shady Creek, doing this? What brings the daughter of a diplomat from the Fae here to save this land? A Fae royal.
Because this threat affects more than just Exandria. Because we were all... I guess I should just say it. I don't... Okay. Because an extraplanar being had called us all together, only known as the Oracle.
He seems to sort of sit up a bit more.
I wish I could tell you more about who she is, but she told us that these portals are a threat not just to Exandria, but to other realms beyond. And so all of us from all these different corners called at the same time to fulfill this purpose.
Honesty will get you a lot further than trying to hide the truth. And while in some instances honesty may not go far in convincing some, it still gives you a much better chance.
My apologies, Your Majesty.
So, I had originally put out the word, the call, to bring you before me some time ago.
Sorry, was he asking a question?
No, I'm contemplating right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'd like each of you, and we'll start with Maeve since she's talking right now. What are you feeling in this moment? What is going through Maeve's head, and what sort of air is she trying to put on here?
I think she's trying to project an air of just calm, matter of fact as best she can. I think her biggest worry right now is, even if I tell the full truth, is this guy gonna actually believe me? Will anybody here actually believe us? And what are the ramifications of how much truth do we offer?
Sorry.
Nope,
You have more?
okay.
Rosalind, you've been in front of quite a few leaders and figures of authority to plead your case, and normally it falls upon deaf ears. You are underestimated. You are reminded how young you are. What in this moment is Rosalind feeling? What is her aim here?
I think Roz is attempting to. She claims to be a knight. Here she is in a king's court. She's trying to live up to that and be that. So she is trying to be polite and less mouthy than she would normally be.
Hermia, what about you? As the daughter of a dignitary who has seen life in court on occasion, you once told the group that this was the world that you know. How is she feeling at this moment?
So yeah, she's familiar with it. She is kind of like restless because she knows this is just like for show. There's really no like anything that we can say that's gonna like change anyone's mind. Like the decisions by the people above us have already been made pretty much, and this is all for show. So she's kind of like annoyed with it and like restless, wants it to just be over, like get to the goddamn point, like what do you want? But also she's mindful that okay, like Maeve really doesn't want us to screw up here, so I'm just gonna like school my face to like be, you know, just solemn and hopefully admit, like have an aura of like, please don't ask me to answer a question, please don't ask me to answer a question.
Okay. Leo, you've lived in Rexentrim for a few years now. You know how to go underneath the radar. Here you are in front of the king, who apparently knows exactly who you are. What's going through Leo's mind right now?
He's mostly thinking about just how everyone else is going to handle this. I mean, he pays no mind to royalty because they don't really impact his life too much until recently. So he doesn't really have a high opinion of the king, especially after going to what was the first elven city we went to?
Bisatile.
So after that trip, he wasn't really too fond of the king. So he's basically putting on a good show so he doesn't piss off the king, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically what's going through his head.
Zealous, this is perhaps a new situation for you to be in. I don't know how much he's thought about what people with this kind of station or power do, but to find yourself here, what is Zealous thinking in this moment?
At the moment, it's just kind of taking everything in. It's like you said, a very new experience for Zealous, so it's just kind of hanging back and sensing like a very different tonal atmosphere from everyone. So it's just like kind of just observing how everyone's demeanor has shifted, and just taking note of how serious everything has gotten in the moment.
And Corey, as a newly crowned prince and royal yourself being here, what is Corey thinking?
I think Corey is locked into the moment in a way that they haven't been. I think most of the time on their adventures, we're running off doing things. Things happen, emotions happen, and this is the first time Corey is fully concentrated. And finding out that they were a royal and being here now, they are feeling this sense of calm and intent because we've stood before so many authorities before, so many other people before who dismiss what we say. And Corey is thinking that it can't happen again this time. Everything that we've done, everything that we've been through, we can't do this alone, and everything we've suffered can't be for nothing.
As he looks over each of you, so simple a calling, chosen by a extraplanar entity, a deity perhaps, millions of people on Exandria, powerful heroes who would have more sway, more experience in what they're doing. And you 6 were chosen. You answered the call. But you weren't the first, were you?
Neither of us really know many details. I only know of one other person who had been called before us and said no. But yes, there were apparently maybe others before us that turned away.
So, why have you answered the call? Why do you risk your life when there are others who could take up the mantle should you refuse it?
I'm gonna give Zenithal kind of a question, kind of like a look, just because This feels like, okay, I guess we're all going to have to answer this question here. Just making sure I'm not misreading that this is just a personal.
I will say, especially for you, Maeve, being you have a decent insight, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I get
and
advantage on it, but
yeah, and being, the training that you were put through as a potential future leader. I think what sense you get in this moment is he's fishing or he's looking for information he doesn't already have. This is someone who deals with life and death situations for hundreds of thousands of people on probably a weekly, sometimes daily basis. And so he's trying to get a sense of who each of you are as people. You're supposed to save the world. Are you confident in your abilities to do so?
Maeve will nod. I can only speak for myself, so I will invite my friends to speak on their own behalf. But even though I come from a small community, it is a small community that knows the price of dangerous forces. And I also know that it is not just my people's life at risk, but everyone else's. I am not running away from this. And I refuse to turn my back on something that I know I can have a hand in helping. Turn to Roz.
Rosalind kneels, lowers her head respectfully. Your Majesty, I do not hail from your world. I look at your map and I don't recognize any of the names of cities or continents. I do not know the names of your gods, your way of life. I know precious little of Exandria even after 4 months here. But your world is beautiful. The people of my world would be so lucky to be able to witness a glimpse of yours. Your world is worth protecting. The people here are worth standing in the way of harm from. I swore my oath to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and that oath is as valid here as it is in my world. So I fight for them.
He nods. He looks to Corey. You've recently refound your title and your crown. Why are you still here, Prince?
I wasn't always a prince. For most of my life, I was among the lowest of you. I lived on the streets, had to find my own way. And even if a lot of it was hard and scary, Exandria, this place is still my home. And I fight because these people, my family, my chosen family, they choose to fight. And whatever's coming next, I don't know. But what I've learned is that you need those around you to face it. And that means everyone. And that means you and all of Rex and Trum.
He drops his gaze to you, Leo.
I've been around a long, long time. I've seen a lot of strife in this world. Caused a lot of strife in this world. And if I can somehow fix this with these kids, it'd go a long way to help me. And that's why I'm here.
Lady Astoria, why haven't you
Internal-
run back home yet?
Internally, Hermia's like, shit. Like, goddamn.
I was hoping he'd
Won't
skip
answer your
me.
question. Hermia kind of like does like a curtsy before speaking, and is like, Your Majesty, I believe this moment calls for honesty, so I will say that I ran away from home because the life as a diplomat's daughter did not suit me, and I felt that there was a different path that I should take beyond the ones that my parents had like set before me. As for why I am helping, or why I continue to be a part of the Second Chances, these portals to these other worlds that are appearing threaten the stability of the barriers between our world and all other worlds. The entirety of existence is at stake. How could I not answer the call?
You believe that you are the foremost authority, that you have the power, that there isn't someone out there that if they had that magical tattoo would be better suited?
Is
Well-
that the question to just Hermia or all of us?
Seems to be directed to Hermia.
Okay, just making sure. Sorry, Hermia.
This I'm gonna like mispronounce this word. This like phenomena that's happening is something almost unprecedented. Like, I can't think of like this occurring like in written history beforehand. It seems to be some type of magical phenomena that like has never been studied previously, that we've only just now scratched the surface. So I don't know, I wouldn't say that I'm an expert. All I can do is speak on of my experience, and I know that I can close them with my friends. So why wouldn't I? If someone better is out there, someone who's stronger, smarter, who has more power that can close these portals also, I ask, where are they and why haven't they?
Hermia, you hear in your head, I have never been more into you.
He points to Zealous.
Hermia's like, oh, thank God.
Your automaton. Zealous? I've been told that you have a mind of your own.
That's correct.
There have been others like you in the past few years that have begun to I suppose have a pilgrimage of sorts from the north, across Wildmount to all of Exandria. Why aren't you with them?
That's racist. I don't say that out loud.
Um, I am with my family right now. The second chances are my family at the moment.
And with all due respect, Your Majesty, there are none like Zealous.
I was told that there was rooted within all of you a defiance to authority. A common attribute of the young and sometimes a healthy one. To a point. Low as I am to admit that in my position, but given your station and now your charge, you're going to need the help of those who believe themselves your betters in all aspects. I see the commitment in your eyes, the need to prove them wrong. And I do believe that you believe what you have been told is true. And if it is, your failure would reflect on all of Exandria, not just yourselves. So I also see that you have learned to humble yourselves in working for the betterment of the world and not just your reputation or your ego. Help me to understand why it has taken you so long to seek help for such a monumental task.
We have sought help. Many times, in fact. At every turn, we have been mocked, ignored. But when the last portal opened, 2 of us died closing it. And it is only by a miracle of the gods themselves that we stand here today. Portals are opening further and further away from us and are getting bigger and more dangerous, and we cannot do this alone anymore.
One of the other members of this congregation, an older elven man with pale skin, long white hair. He wears deep blue robes with pointed shoulder pauldrons and has a long staff with a pointed fork that even as he sits, he's holding in his hands. It does beg the question, where do the gods stand on this? If an extraplanar entity is foretelling the end of existence as we know it in the hands of a master god, why do they leave it to a handful of mere mortals? It does lend a bit more credit to Miss Beck's theory that this oracle could have ulterior motives. Zenithal whispers to all of you. That is Martinet Ludinus Deleth, Archmage of Domestic Protections of the Assembly. Another of similar age to King Dwendal, who's looks to stand pretty tall, thin, is in immaculately tailored garments of silvered silks, jeweled epaulettes, and sort of billowing sleeves, pale skin, very tightly trimmed hair on top of a clean-shaven, if intense and very judgmental-looking long face. What say you, heroes? Your gods have clearly given you some favor, judging by the worth of your equipment. Among you I see resemblances of the Moon Weaver, the Everlight, and the... kind of sits up a bit and, looks around towards you, Raz. The Change-Bringer, perhaps? Goddesses of chaos and disruption by most of history's accounts. Perhaps there are further machinations beyond simply saving the world.
I'm sorry, was that a question?
Wait, yeah, what was the question? This is me as the player
Mhm.
asking.
Yep. Yep. Even the king goes, Prime Arbiter, Sindnak Truskin. Perhaps you could ask something a bit more pointed. They are clearly favored by the gods. Have they spoken to you in some way? Where do they stand on the end of all existence?
My goddess has stood with me since the beginning that I took this journey. That led me to this moment. So yes, on the whole ending of existence, she's not a fan.
The Changebringer has shown me the path, and I have walked it.
I've been pulled from oblivion, from the depths of hell, basically. After that last portal from the Everlight, so put credence into her.
Wait, are we all answering?
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
up
If
to
you
you
want
if you want to or not, yeah.
The Raven Queen wishes above all else to maintain the natural order of life and death, and sees this as some sort of affront to it, abomination. As to why the gods themselves don't do something, I believe the divine gate is something well known, and it wouldn't be the first time mere mortals have been asked by the gods to take matters into their own hands to uphold, life itself.
One of the others in the room speaks up. A younger woman, late 20s, maybe early 30s, short average height, well-defined muscular body, blue eyes, medium brown skin, and long dark brown hair that's shaved into an undercut and tied into a top knot. You recognize the colors that she wears, sort of fitted clothes underneath a looser robe, the colors of the
Your
cobalt.
music's breaking.
Oops. The colors of the cobalt soul. She says, so much for the all-powerful, but honestly, is anyone surprised? Until it's a problem for the gods, why would they intervene? In fact, if this is all true and this architect guy is bigger than them, a god to the gods, do they even know of his existence? Would their egos even allow them to consider it? Zana,
Wait, did we mention the architect at all yet?
you did not?
I had not, no.
Mhm.
No, they already know
Yeah.
about
They
it.
already know.
Zana,
annoying.
Zana speaks up. Because they can't see us. Something shrouds us from them and affects their memory.
Wait, do we know that?
This is new information to all of you.
Yeah, what? Did Zan just say, when she said they, did she mean the gods, or who'd she mean?
Yes.
Okay.
The Prime Arbiter speaks up. There's more to that. Zenitol, command your ward to explain what she knows. And he kind of gives her a bit of a look like, and hesitantly avoiding all of your eyes as she steps forward. I have been able to afforded the opportunity to speak with the lawbearer on rare occasions. Zenitol also seems surprised by this revelation. Through the power of the oracles, Mark, it connects us somehow. From the brief conversations I've had, she cannot see us most of the time. And when she cannot, we are missed in her memory, like something is hiding us. But a connection keeps us from being lost to them. Zenitol asks, you once asked the Oracle to locate someone, and she could not see them in a similar fashion. Could this be related? It still begs the question, one of the other people here. I believe the last one now to speak up. Human man in his 50s. He wears decorated golden armor that conveys to you that he holds a very high position in the righteous brand. Black vein-like patterns on his neck, chin and the bottom of his cheek. Crown Marshal Hayden Damarag. It still begs the question that why of all the people, all the heroes, the experienced minds and bodies of Exandria, were these young people chosen? I can't help but express some of the same concern that Archmage Beck has expressed in the past few weeks. Astrid confirms, and I don't think any of you would disagree that there are more qualified people, perhaps, in Exandria. And we shouldn't blindly trust the words of an extraplanar entity who could have ulterior motives. But as chosen ones, they must be supported or protected. They are the only ones currently who can close these portals, regardless of what it means keeping them open is clearly not in the cards.
We've been warned that once a portal grows to sufficient size, it becomes what's called an anchor, and they cannot be closed at that point.
And they are too dangerous to leave open. What's happened to the Pala Grove is a testament to that.
We have witnessed what's on the other side of these portals, and it is nothing short of apocalypse.
Zenithal speaks up, directing his answer to Astrid. The reason for why mortals are chosen by gods or the extraplanar often involves details we cannot see. Combinations that perhaps seem more wise, that to us may be frail and weak. The Prime Arbiter butts in. Further evidence of the gods' disregard for their children. Should these youths fall in battle, where does that then leave us? Have any of you given that thought while trapezing through the Menagerie Coast playing hero? Two of you died, you said. If all of you had, what chance then does Exandria have if this threat is real?
What chance do we have if we sit still? The question you're asking is supposing that instead we should just be on our way homes and lie safe, but then everything will be in danger. All good causes require us to give our lives to it.
What I suggest, now that we have them here, these portals, as they open, as we find where they are, you assign each of them to a unit to protect them. We deploy them across Exandria and close them as they are needed.
The portals close better when we're all together. You chance the portal not closing if you separate us.
I died trying to close a portal by myself.
Yes. It is extremely difficult to do with the 7 of us.
Astrid.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I do recognize your concern of our protection, which I do appreciate, but I think it would be much better to use tools of teleportation magics than it would be for splitting us up.
Astrid speaks up. And so you close another, and another. Where does it end? How do we win? The Crown Marshal adds, or poses the question. How do you combat something that is that unpredictable? We have no idea where these things are going to open. According to the documents and the briefs, all you've been given from your oracle is to seek out great change.
You're asking yourselves the very questions we've been asking ourselves for 4 months.
As we're closing these portals, we're learning more and more about this weird magical effect that's been occurring all over. This new type of magic that's previously been unexplored. The more we learn about it, then I feel that we will have a better answer for you. We just don't know enough. But we aren't going to find the answers just sitting here.
Xenotol speaks up after you, Hermia. These heroes have been aiding me in that study of the magics that power their abilities, their tattoos. And with what they have collected for me, I will soon have a way to track where the energy is gathering that will eventually open a portal, and perhaps, eventually, how to weaken them, or even create a way for those without tattoos to help to close them up. The woman from the Cobalt Soul. New powerful magic? Doesn't quite seem like that falls within the wheelhouse of cultivation, does it, Xenotol? He smiles. We all wear different hats from time to time, Miss Lionette, but you aren't wrong. This would fall more in line with the Archmage of Antiquities, given the nature of the magic and some of the historical connections from the Calamity. Ludineth interjects. That position is now vacant following Miss Burnwhite's passing. With many looking to fill it, Xenotol. He looks to you as you say that, or seeing your surprise. Right, you were familiar with the Archmage.
Yes.
She has finally succumbed, it seems, to the wounds that she suffered at the hands of the attack on the Solstice Academy from the entity being called the Plague of Eyes.
So you haven't found anything on the Plague of Eyes as of yet?
Wait, we're not supposed to talk about that.
Did you say that out loud? Or did
No,
you say that, or was that a player thing?
Roz looks down.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of like says that in Leo's. I don't think Lloyd was here when we discussed like what we were and weren't
Gotcha.
going to talk
Okay.
about it.
If that,
We're told not to discuss. They apparently already
okay.
know, so kind of whatever at this
there
point.
seems to be a
is what
bunch
I say.
that they do know. Yes.
Yeah, so I didn't even know they knew about the architect.
I'll make that assertion because they made the assertion with Zana, so...
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We are aware, and we are doing what we can to track it. Since your victory over it in Deidrin, in the Menagerie Coast, there hasn't been much word. Which, on one hand, is a good thing, but on the other, not knowing where or what it is up to is not so good. But as Xenotol had mentioned, there are many looking to fill Miss Burnwhite's position. It is not an easy task to find one who's capable of doing so. It's not a task to be rushed. Xenotol responds.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Where is she laid to rest? I swore to her I would help her. I failed.
That is something that can be discussed later. There are many who would look to use information, such as where the resting place of a former Cerberus Assembly member is, but something might be able to be arranged. Xenotol speaks up again. An Archmage of Antiquities is a position that must be filled while we deal with this order. The responsibilities of cultivation is less important, so I suggest perhaps a vertical move into that position someone with experience, obviously makes sense. Filling the Archmage of Cultivation's position wouldn't be as pressing or as important of an issue. Everyone, I think at the same time, would understand that Zenithal is making a move for that position, and both
Yeah.
Astrid...
Wait, did she just die?
Are you asking that in character, or is...
I'm asking you, like, did we miss this? Like,
This
did
is-
she
nope,
just
this is
die?
We just
This-
found out that she's dead.
This is the
Yeah.
first you've heard of her passing, yes.
We don't know when it happened.
Mhm.
This is just the
Oh,
first time
okay. I
we've
was
all
gonna
heard
say,
it.
if it just happened, this is like really like, rude.
You watch as both Astrid and Beauregard stand up as if to
I
object.
thought it was Beauregard.
To object at the
Sorry.
same time, and Astrid says, "Her body is still warm, and you seek to use this moment to garner a promotion? A lateral movement within our assembly, Miss Beck, given the urgency of this situation, and my experience and connection to it, yes. You of all people should know how this works." Beauregard says, "For once I find myself agreeing with Blondie. The last thing you need along with this new, unknown, and unexplored cosmic magic is ancient artifacts that aren't understood and just as dangerous. And if there is something in Elena's catalog that could aid us, the only thing that you need is my foot in your..." She catches herself looking up at the king. A bag of holding for all those artifacts." The king kind of raises his hand and everyone begins to calm down a bit. Second chances. You have worked, from what I have understand, with Zenithal from nearly the beginning. How useful has his aid been to you?
Insurmountable.
Why are we lying? I'm sorry.
He saved us
Well,
multiple times. He's instrumented the saving of multiple allies. He's given us a safe home. But he's all done that under the guise of mistrust and secrecy. So he's probably perfect for the position.
Do any of the others, any of the rest of you, have anything you would like to add?
Can I take a moment to look at Zana for a second? Make an insight check.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, I mean, I know I have to roll really high, but we're gonna try. 22.
As you glance over towards Zana, she glances away from you, and I think with a 22, you get the sense that she is still feeling some sort of shame for having revealed that information earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It showed that she was keeping something from all of you, and there's some shame to that. I would say that given your history with her in some of the conversations that at least Rosalind has had, but I think that all of you have either been privy to these types of conversations before or just sort of a general knowledge of Zana and what she thinks, would know that regardless of what her feelings for Zenithal may be as far as like, a father figure or like, personally, she does believe that he is effective at what he does.
Yeah.
Cultivating?
Cultivating.
I hate this. Anyway, Maeve's just gonna motion towards Leo. I can second the ways that he has been, in some ways, responsible for our success on the ground floor with people, and in Rexentrum where we may have not gotten this far.
I think we're giving him too much credit.
Uh,
Like
in your, I mean, if you're
internally,
okay,
like she's saying that to you.
she'll say back to her like, "No, I do think that if it weren't for him, we would have already been messing up in front of the king by now. Not even like we wouldn't have had the chance that we had. Do I think he deserves this role over Rexentrum? I don't know, but I'm just answering what he's done for us. But if you can speak up and disagree if you want. I'm just.
Your Majesty, may I inquire as to the reason behind this particular question?
You've been working with him. He claims to have knowledge, experience with this cosmic magic. He isn't wrong if that's the truth. If he has some handle over it, then he is far better suited for such a position than bringing in someone who would need to be caught up.
I see.
And since you are all the chosen ones, then whoever takes this position likely will continue to work with you.
I will agree with my comrades that working with Xanatal has been a mutual beneficial relationship. Although the reasons for him helping us have never been made apparently abundantly clear. So I hesitate to speak on his behalf as a job reference, given that I don't fully understand, I guess, his goal in helping us. Beyond the obvious of, like, the whole existence can be, is at stake.
He nods.
Believe that Xanatal Alabaster is a ruthless, efficient man for whom the ends always justify the means. If that is a person suited to the position, you will find no one better.
Well, regardless, the decision isn't mine. That of the assembly choose their own. Everyone kind of looks over to Ludenith. Well, we know how Miss Beck feels about all of it. But I would ask for concrete evidence of the progress that you've made with this cosmic magic and its source, Xanatal.
I apologize. I was under the impression that spaces in the Cerberus Assembly were taken.
Indeed. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do, Xanatal says, as he kind of motions for you all to stand back and taking out his staff. He is going to use a 7th level spell slot as he attempts to open a portal. You watch as, holding his staff out, a red glow begins to sort of spark in the center of the chamber here.
What are you doing?
Small little arcs kind of start to jolt off of it. You can see that even just within the first few seconds of this, there's a toll that's being taken on him. Like, there's a lot of effort and energy that he's putting into this. He does look towards all of you and says, a bit of aid wouldn't hurt, and holds out his other hand to anyone who may want to try and aid him in this before I roll.
Trying to open a portal in the middle of the throne room?
He is.
No.
Where is this energy like
I'll
coming
close
from?
it, I guess. I don't know if I want to open it.
Hermia will just kind of like narrow her eyes.
You can make an Arcana check, Hermia, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'll do that because I'm really confused on how he's able to like make this like
Yeah.
energy come out
He
of like
has
nowhere.
figured out how to
Yeah.
manipulate cosmic
I was gonna
magic.
say, he's figured out. He's had a lot
That's
more
exactly
time with
what Rosalind was talking to Zana about what she did not like.
Yeah.
Zana takes his hand. Is anyone else? Or no?
I don't.
I got,
I'll grab Zana's hand.
Okay.
oh my god, 28.
All right. Hold on to that 28 for now.
I don't know why you guys are going
All
along
right.
with this, but Hermia will like kind of like narrow her eyes and like step back.
Roz does the same. She steps back.
Yep. So as Zana takes his hand and Leo takes Zana's, there is a crack and a flash of energy as a small portal about the size of a average doorway opens within the center of the platform here. And as he kind of stands back, you can see like he's a bit winded as well. He looks to Zana and to Leo. You can close it now. And he kind of stumbles back and does take a seat in that empty chair. And
I help close it.
Yeah, I'll help close it.
yeah, I think between all of you, one this small, it closes easily. The Cerberus Assembly is an organization that serves the people. You have your ways, and you know how I feel about them. But the choice, as it always is yours to make. But Zenital does seem to have the clearest grasp on this situation currently. Ludinith nods. Then for now, we shall consider you interim while you prove your worth. He looks over to you, Rosalind. And don't worry, should he prove insufficient, there are more than enough suitors who are looking to take it.
I'm sure.
What's the biggest portal that you've seen?
In the Pallid
In the Pallid
Grove, it was
Grove.
massive.
In
Many
Navajas.
stories high.
Describe it to me.
Describe it.
And take
Just
time to
remember.
kind of talk through all of it. Once you're done answering, he kind of sits back. He casts a sending spell. Bring the most recent Xhorhas reports to the king's throne room. I need it. Now.
No.
Beauregard sits forward. So the realm of Exandria is being threatened by an extraplanar force that some of the greatest mage and wizard minds of our empire are only beginning to understand, and our only line of defense, no offense, is a group of young heroes, bullheaded though they may be, and their weird uncle, points to Leo.
Just here.
I'm just here for the
Sounds
show.
like just another Horosol, which is a month of Exandria.
Oh, okay. Hermia's like, Orosol, is that some kind of condiment?
The king says, eloquently put, as always, Miss Lionette, but the Empire and the world face threats that everyday citizens never know about. You and your friends know that better than anyone, so in this case, we will do what we can to aid them. Second chances as we deliberate what other ways we can help combat and put an end to this more permanently. What can the Empire do to help?
We need eyes and ears and transportation. We need to know where these portals are before they get to that size. and we need a way to get to them.
Contacts across the continent are helpful, and we are hoping to establish more on other continents for the same purpose.
The Crown Marshal speaks up. And do you have any sort of contacts thus far? You have been across most of Wildmount. You say that you have sought help in other places. Perhaps with the
Lady
weight
Vix.
of the crown behind these requests, they may take you more seriously now.
Lady Vexalia, we have spoken with Lady Vexalia of Taldore, but yes, of course, another proper introduction with the crown behind could be helpful. And at the same time, she was sympathetic to our cause, and we are planning to pursue that.
Well
Forgot
then,
her last name.
I suppose creating a council of some sort, we will do what we can, reach out to the allies that you have mentioned. If there are any more that you can think of, let us know. At this point, the door begins to swing open, and you watch as another mage enters with a folder, a sheaf of papers, runs up the stairs, hands it to Ludineth. Unrest in Xhorhas has grown in recent months, sparking a conflict that has finally culminated in a civil war against the crowned queen of the Kryn dynasty. The allied forces of Xhorhas, as the rebels have named themselves, do not have the means or numbers to win. But it will weaken Xhorhas and the dynasty overall, so we have been content to sit back and watch. A week ago, we lost contact with our representatives there. No longer able to speak through the use of sending spells or stones. We recently got word via a messenger bird of a blue aurora through the sky and a wasteland of permanent night on the other side.
Oh no.
Zenithal interrupts. A portal of that size opened in the midst of a potential dynasty change, and you didn't think it pertinent to inform me? Inform the Archmage of Cultivation about affairs of domestic protections while he attended to his pet project he was too busy being secretive about? No. But I'm informing you now. Our contacts believed it was some new power granted by the Luxon that opened up a quicker doorway to the Kryn capital of Rosanna, where it is also perpetually nighttime. The civil war and disruption of magic has made it more difficult to get clarification and additional intel. Crown Marshal, are you sure it's the same thing? Your accounts mention portals of red magic or purple as they get bigger, like the one in the Sirios Mountains. Beauregard says, how do you think you get purple from red, Crown Marshal? You add blue to it, so what does that mean? It means, Zenithal interrupts, we have to get the second chances to Xhorhas right away. Prime Arbiter objects. In the middle of a Kryn revolutionary war, you want to get our only keys to these portals killed. Astrid Beck speaks up to his aide. As this is happening, Hermia.
Yes.
Everything around you starts to slow down for a moment. Your heartbeat starts to become louder. It's almost deafening in your ears. The voices around you, as everyone argues, are muffled, distorted. They seem to drift further away, and the room begins to darken. Beam of light extends down from an unseeable point above you. It illuminates Zealous, then Zana, Corey, and the rest of the second chances one by one. You blink and all of your friends are wearing black robes, their faces obscured by hoods. Beams of light begin to flicker as something falls through them. A few raven feathers start to rain down around them. What do you do?
I guess look around to see if I can see the Raven Queen's face somewhere, like lurking.
You don't.
I pinch myself, make sure I'm like not dreaming.
It hurts.
Shit. I kinda I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I just kind of like be like, yeah, hello?
Hello? Hello? Your voice seems to echo. You're standing here now, and it looks like everyone's just frozen in place. Astrid, in the middle of talking, is just kind of frozen there, like this moment in time has just been slowed to a crawl.
So where is like the light coming from? Like above us?
Yeah, you just look up. It's just kind of coming from nowhere. Each of your friends are illuminated and wearing black robes, their faces hidden from you.
I'm so confused. Is Mr. Black still sitting?
Yep, he is.
I guess I go over there and see like if I can figure out how he did that magic earlier.
Yes. With your roll, I will say that you were wondering like where it was coming from. Looking at him then and now, he is visibly exhausted, and there is a toll that you can tell that it took on his body. Casting and channeling that magic without some type of focus, like your tattoos, I don't want to say deteriorated, but like it took there was a physical cost on his body for doing that.
But isn't there a when I tried to create that spell to like cast cosmic magic, wasn't there also like a physical cost to it?
There was, but because you have your tattoos and you are connected directly to the Oracle, it is not as costly for you.
So he was able to just create that magic. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Ostensibly, from what you could gather for now. Yep.
Okay.
So back to the moment at hand. What would you
I don't
like
know
to
what
do?
the moment at hand is besides feathers. I guess I kind of just like
check
look up and
on any
be
of your
like,
friends?
I mean, Roz is next to me. I'll kind of like look at her and like try to like peek under her hood.
Yeah. Okay. So as you kind of like lean forward and peek under the hood at Roz Hermias suddenly just bends down, like looks in your face, and you see Roz's face as everything kind of speeds back up. The Prime Arbiter is right. The likelihood of them coming back alive from this is slim. Your reports mentioned anchor portals. You mentioned it earlier, that Exandria can sustain 4 of them before it's too late. I say we let this one go. We plan for the next one. We don't yet know what it is, and we can't afford to let new information slip through our fingers. Enough! The king silences everyone. Second chances, you have the most experience with these portals. What do you want to do?
We have
How
to
fast? How fast can you get us to this portal?
Zenithal
We
says,
don't know if it is.
with a teleport, instantly. Ludneth puts a hand up. Do keep in mind that the disruption of magic in that area could complicate things.
Nothing new.
Zenithal kind of stands up and takes a deep breath. Are you ready then?
Of course,
Yes.
we have to be.
All right. With that, Zenithal will cast.
If I can,
Yes.
Roz is going to walk over to him before he casts.
Yeah, he's like sort of right there with all of you.
Yeah. When I get back, we're going to have a long talk.
When we get back, and he casts teleport on all of you, himself included. Because for teleport circle, he could send you through, but with a teleport, I think he has to go with you. Who would like to roll a D100 for us?
Not me.
Corey!
Why me, man?
You've been too quiet.
You've been too quiet,
Oh,
Corey.
it's serious adult talk, and I'm nervous. I don't like it.
Oh god.
Okay. Please, God. That's a 21. Don't make that
21.
face.
Okay. So as Zenithal focuses on the casting of the spell, muttering the incantation under his breath, his staff hits the bottom of the floor, and there is a spark, and you see jolts of arcane energy kind of flash across the floor and fade.
Did the spell fail?
Beauregard kind of raises an eyebrow. Doesn't seem to be any reaction from Ludineth. A chuckle comes from Astrid, and Zenithal does seem to be a little flustered. All right. He will try and use an 8th level spell. He wants to roll the next one. Zealous.
D100.
A D100.
26.
Oh, good god.
Hey, Robbie asked for us to roll. It's on him.
We're not getting anywhere.
Oh, shoot. Wait, hold on. Sorry, what did you roll, Corey?
21.
21.
Oh, I messed up my numbers here. I made 11 to 23 and 10 to 24 the same thing? That...
Oops.
So that should... Okay, I lied. The spell doesn't fizzle. Instead, we'll say the first one does fizzle, and then we'll do the second one, which is D6. Oh, no. All right. So on the second casting, a pillar of light rises up around all of you. You know, you've teleported before with a teleportation circle, but you recognize that same sort of magic. You still see that the sort of instability of this odd crackling of arcane energy around it and around you. And as you all vanish, you feel yourself pulled away. And when you've teleported in the past, it's felt like stepping through a threshold and kind of being like sucked through with wind just being pushed against you very, very quickly, and you were there. This is different. You feel that, but instead of being where you're supposed to be, you feel like something is forcefully sort of jerking you in a different direction. It lasts just a moment longer, but it is unpleasant. And you all appear in the air with blue as far as you can see, as all of you plummet into the ocean.
We have our flamefall tokens.
I mean, you're
Remember?
not that far like high
Oh,
above,
okay.
and like the fall's
Okay.
not going to hurt you.
Okay, I'm just making sure because we got those for the crawling king.
But
We are in the ocean.
Yeah, Ross starts sinking.
and some people are heavily armored.
Who do we have?
Who's
with
heavily
water-
armored?
Who's got water walking rings?
We got rid of that one.
We did. I thought someone
Ross
just.
gave away hers. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Don't we have
Hermia
potions?
cast fly on Roz.
That works.
That will work.
I think we have water walking potions.
No, Corey has at least one.
Yeah, I thought you did.
I say I don't think that Zealous.
Okay.
Do you think that Zealous can swim?
Okay, we had 2 water walking rings, but Ross got rid of hers. Okay.
I mean,
Obviously you can change into something if you need to.
I can turn into something.
Do you, or do you
2
begin to
water
sink?
breathing.
Do you allow someone else to try and save you in some way? Hermia, what
think I
level
can
do you cast
cast-
fly at?
Hold on. I think I can. I think it like affects multiple people. Hold on. Let me read.
It does?
I think.
If you upcast it, it does.
Oh,
yeah.
if you upcast it, duh. Okay.
Okay.
But she's a
Um,
warlock,
so she
so
always upcasts it.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
Casting
was-
at 5th
So-
level, so I think it affects 3 people.
Yeah. I guess. I can swim. I cast it on Roz and Zealous. And I'll put it on Leo too since he's old.
All right. So as all of you are kind of plummeting towards the water, Hermia casts fly on 3 of you, so you're able to stop yourself before you hit there. Everyone else, ploosh, 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 ploosh. Zenithal comes up from it, spitting out water, and looks very, very upset and angry right now. This is getting
We
old.
didn't do it.
I'm aware. Come together, join hands, as he's trying to like tread water and attempt to cast again. How many spell slots does he have?
Wait, we're not in your house.
No, you're in the
We're in
middle of the Lucidian Ocean.
We're in the middle of the Elocidian somewhere.
I know Hermia was being lib.
All right, so
Okay,
he
join hands.
used a
Keep the fly
7th.
spell up, though. We might need it.
He used a 7th.
An 8th. That was that last one. Was an 8th.
He had 2 7s, so he used 2 7s.
Okay.
All right, he's going to now use his 8th level spell slot.
You want to roll this time?
Who wants to roll it?
Allie's-
3.
And I give him like Elroy's mask, so he gets like a +10 to his Arcana.
We got a 3. Does it fail?
Never change, Callie. Never change.
We're all gonna die.
We're about to get teleported into space.
Oh my god. Help. Help.
This is.
Help.
I don't know. Robbie just didn't roll it himself.
I know.
Because it's funner when you guys do it. I will assure you, Callie,
Yeah.
this result is not going to teleport you anywhere undesirable.
Okay, wonderful. That's good to know.
We go back home.
3,
We're just in bed.
6, 7,
So just get out of here.
17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 45. Everyone takes 26 force damage as he attempts to
Come
cast
on.
an 8th
I'm
level
resistant to the force.
teleportation
Yeah, you are, motherfucker.
power, and that sort of feedback and lightning just seems to explode in the area around you, kind of sending everybody back. Hermia, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 13.
So the 3 caused the damage?
Apparently, yeah, it exploded.
God.
Constitution, a dirty 20.
Okay, you were able to maintain it. Gods have a cruel sense of humor. All right, one last time. Whatever deities it is that you pray to. I'm not normally one to ask, but if this one doesn't work, then the Arbiter's fears will have came true because I don't know where we go from here.
Great.
Okay. Maeve does pray. Because that's the kind of girl she is. She a church
Armia's
girl.
just like, I just want to go home now.
Zealous, I had you roll once. We didn't use your result.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
It
you
was the
said you did.
26 or the 21. Sorry.
No, that
We had a
was
21 and 26
that
and a
was
3.
that was Corey's. Wait.
Yeah, we've had a 21, a 26, and a 3 so far.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maeve or Leo? Who wants to roll a D100?
I'll do it.
Get it, Sarah.
No.
Drop that nat 1. Let's see
No.
it.
Look at it.
How the fuck? I'm just gonna do
What
this and see what I get at this
She got a
point.
28.
Oh,
See?
there we go.
What?
Leo can do it.
Yeah, how there these Leos roll.
So
But it's
with a 28,
oh my god.
the magic of the teleport encompasses all of you once again. This
Yeah.
feels a bit more in line with how previous teleport spells have worked or have felt to you.
Yeah.
And you appear still sopping, dripping wet in an arid, dusty landscape. The sky is dark. Darker for what it should be if you're where you're supposed to be.
Are we in the hag's place?
But there is,
No.
on the horizon, you see just sort of like a blue... In the way that as like the sun sets or rises, you have the dark sky, but then the horizon is just, sort of red. You have that both like sort of this blue aurora off to the north. Around you, desolate wasteland. Otherwise, there's no grass. There's no plants. You do see what passes for trees, perhaps, but they're dead. They're blackened.
I think you might have teleported us to Vano.
A
I'm
bluff
home.
kind of rises behind you, and as all of you are quickly taking in your surroundings, beginning to ring out what you have, the sounds of screams immediately pierce your ear, followed by a loud roar that causes all of you to quake. I want everyone to make a... Let's call this... I want dexterity checks at disadvantage.
Okay.
Dexterity check.
6.
Yeah. I want to see
Oh,
it.
sorry. That's
see
save. Sorry.
see how
Ignore that.
fast you can react in this moment to what is about to happen. Oops, Zana got a natural 1.
We got a lot of 6s in the group so
I rolled
far.
24 twice. So I guess that's good. I rolled 2 19s. Shit. All right.
21.
Sorry, I accidentally saved the first time, but that's okay because my second roll was actually better, ironically.
It says they're both saves for me. That's weird.
Yeah,
Oh.
it does. It's
Oh,
but they're
but you can
but
clear-
they're but they're not
It's
because
rolled properly,
the
yeah.
second
Yeah.
one says +5, so that's weird.
Right.
All right. So anyone who got a 20 or higher,
So that's Leo and
you're going to get a chance to react.
I. Okay.
So sorry. Who? What did everyone else who failed or didn't get above a 20 roll?
I got a 6.
6.
6.
Zealous got a 6.
Zana got
Yeah,
a
Ron
Zana
got
got a 1.
It's basically 6s all around.
666.
Zana got a 1.
She did.
Okay, you're gonna be so mad at me, Robbie.
Okay.
I was going to make the feat for that cosmic intervention feat that you gave me, and I never did. So I forgot that I had it. So if
Cosmic
possible,
intervention feat. Are you talking about the thing that you got like from
yes.
the revisionists thing?
Hag.
That thing?
No, this is the hag. This is part of the hag deal that I got, and I just never added it because I.
Did I did I send you
You did.
what it is?
I can read it for you right now.
Okay, perfect. Because I don't remember this at all.
No, all good. So when a creature makes an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check, I can spend. In here you wrote 3, but then you later told me to change it to 2. So 2 sorcery points to tap into the energies of the universe and attempt to change the outcome of a roll. The creature rolls again, and you choose which result they use. I
Okay.
can use this a number of times. Blah 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 blah.
Yep. All right. Who would you like to
I'm
use
gonna
it
use
on?
it on Zana because she rolled a 1.
Okay. So it says to read it to me one more time, how I phrased it.
So she essentially, I can choose if they get advantage or disadvantage to my benefit. So I'm giving
All
her
right.
advantage.
So
and
she will
gets
just make a
3
straight
points.
roll now then. And that will get her there. So Zana got a 20, and so did Zenithal.
What's his dex, man?
He rolled very high. So as you all hear this sort of earth-shattering roar and these screams, you see this towering behemoth, this gorilla-like monster.
Oh shit! It's a new doc.
That is 20, 30 feet tall and wide. 4 massive arms. Its mouth is just rows upon rows of teeth. 4 red eyes set deep within its head, fur covering its body. You see that there are weapons stuck in it. There are bodies of soldiers, scouts, just kind of strewn about. And so who all, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 8 of you. Actually, y'all located pretty close to one another, so I think it's just going to swing down, and we'll see who it hits randomly.
People are still flying BT dubs.
Right, but you were, they still have fly on them, but they still had to be within range for Zenithal to teleport
right.
all of you. So,
Okay.
So this thing is like near enough to you that it's basically like running at you with its arms up, getting ready to smash. You see that there is a guy in one of its arms that it's, I guess, just using as a weapon right now instead of a snack. So Maeve,
Mm-hmm.
Leo, Zana, and Zenithal were the ones who all passed, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Those 4 are going to get an action before the Udok gets to you. It will then attack whoever's there at random, and then we will roll initiative.
Okay.
So, as it's running towards you, we'll do Maeve and Leo first, unless you want to defer to Zana and Zenithal to do something.
No, I think I know what I want to do. Question: how
Mhm.
big is he?
30 feet tall, 20 feet wide.
What
He's-
size?
He's gargantuan.
Gargantuan. So one below gargantuan is
Huge.
huge.
Medium, large, huge, gargantuan.
Okay. Okay, so I don't think making it smaller is going to help too much. So, instead, I'm going to cast an arrow at him. Well, sorry. I'm going to attack him
Yep.
with one of my magic arrows.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yeah, okay. 23?
A 23 does hit.
I'm going to let me do my damage. So bloop plus favorite foe bloop. Oh, it didn't do it. Sorry. R1d6. So 22 damage, and he is slowed.
You got it.
And might as well attack him again. 29.
Yep.
I will this time use Leo Mai's ability. So, sorry, I always make sure I always get this kind of mixed up. So, it's coordinated, blah, blah, blah. So, I guess I had advantage on this. I just realized, but that's okay. So, I get to do 2d6, and I think we're at lightning with luster right now.
Okay.
So, 2d6, and I'll add another luster on top of that. So, first damage goes off. I'll have Luster's Infused Strike on top of that, and then another 2d6 lightning. So 26 damage in the next one. It's a
All
normal
right.
arrow.
So it is a total of 26 and 22, so 48 damage. As you let loose 2 arrows into this thing's face as it is running towards you.
And then, I guess as my bonus action, I'm going to have Luster go in the air and kind of nip at its neck.
Mm-hmm.
That's my bonus action. He's going to try to bite. Did he bite? He bit!
Good
Woo.
job, Luster.
Dupe plus dupe. So he does 8 damage. Thanks, buddy. And then my move action, along with my free action, is I'm gonna go. I don't know who I'm closest to, but I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna grab Corey and run.
All right, you grab Corey to move out of the way. You can only move be able to move 15 feet, but that may help Corey in not being the one person who gets smashed when it gets near.
Yep. And that's my turn. Leo, I have pried the shot. I remembered.
Yep, Leo, what do you want to do?
I want to use that, but I also want to do something stupid.
Do what you want to do. I can't stop you.
Who am I next to?
Kind of, I would say everybody except for Corey.
And you can fly too.
Yeah, I'm going to put a hand on Roz's shoulder and I'm like, you ready for battle?
Always.
And I'm going to cast Dimension Door on both of us, and I want to Dimension Door behind whatever the fuck this thing is, so Roz is close enough to attack it.
Okay, Roz won't be able to until it comes to her turn. She's not in this opening round here. It is in mid-charge. So, it is coming to you.
Can I do then the stupid thing, Dimension Door on top of it? We're gonna ride it.
You absolutely can Dimension Door on top of this. Balthazar would be proud. All right. So the two of you Dimension Door on top of it, landing on its back. I'm going to ask for a... Oh, boy.
They're both flying, so if it's Dex, would they get advantage? They both have fly.
Right. So because of fly, I'll say that if they can't hold on, they don't fall off into the ground, but go ahead and give me your choice of athletics or acrobatics.
That is not a hard choice.
Yeah.
25.
Yep. All right, you're able to hold on.
16.
Yeah, you're able to hold on, Leo. Dimension Door is an action though, so you don't get to attack, right?
Unless I can, yeah, because I can't attack with my offhand.
Yep.
Can I cast a cantrip with my bonus action?
If you have a cantrip that is a bonus action,
Nope, never mind.
Zana, where did your character sheet go? All right. Well, we'll have Zenithal go next then.
Your music's fucking up again.
Music, no.
Not the music.
Not the bees.
Not the beats.
We've got the bees. We've got the bees.
All right.
got the
Zenithal
bees.
will use a 6th level spell slot to cast Scatter, which can affect 6 people. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Sending Zealous out of the way. Zana backing out of the way. Hermia out of the way, but close enough to attack. That's 1, 2, 3. Himself out of the way. Just 4.
And I guess he could move Corey and I.
Oh, you had Luster fly up and around somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, so he just leaves Luster there to get smashed.
No, Luster's behind the beast's head.
Yep. All right.
Luster got 40 feet of movement.
Yep. Uses the 2 of you. Yeah, and then for Zana, she will shoot the thing. For shoot, have I not gotten her special weapon in here yet? No.
No, I don't think I've put it in.
All right, no problem. Pew. That's a nat 20.
Love to see it.
For 11, 19. Yep, all right, so 19 damage on the first one. 22 hits for... Get out of my way. 6 damage. So 25 damage. All right, let's bring you all over to the battle map now.
Oh, so this was a planned encounter?
It was a possible encounter.
Oh.
Sorry, just adjusting.
Hey, I know this map. I made them fight some Hezrus on this map.
Oh, thank you.
All right, now that we are at... Oh, sorry, and then I have to have this thing attack. So it... Whoops, no, not that. So it was basically just charging forward. And there's nobody where it was, which... Oh, whoops.
Very confusing.
Now. Yeah, which he's not super happy about. Udoc, where'd you go? There you are. Oh, you know what? He has a range of 50 feet, so... I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna let Maeve roll. 1 to 10, he goes after Zana. 11 to 20, he goes after Zenithal.
Oh my god.
See, the safest spot is on his back.
10.
A 10?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, hon. I suck at rolling.
Well, the good news is he's slow, so he only gets 1 attack. Oh,
That's
wait. He's slow.
He is slow.
No, it's 25
so
feet
he
of
only has
movement.
25 feet of movement.
Yeah, sorry,
So,
forgot.
Yeah, we'll say
That's right.
We'll say that. Yeah, he gets to about there. In which case, He can feel the two of you up on his back. So both of you just roll a d20. Closest 1 to 11 gets hit. Trying to help you out here a little bit, Callie. If you roll an 11.
I rolled a 13.
All right.
Never change, Callie. Never change.
Oh, man. That's funny.
All right. Doesn't get any sort of advantage or anything, though. We'll say because you are technically, for the purposes of what this encounter is,
She's technically surprised.
surprised. They may be a little bit disoriented with Leo just being like, come here.
Oh, God.
Come with me. Come with me if you want to live.
2 16s. Does a 29 hit?
Yeah, I think that'll probably get it done.
Okay, so that's a slam.
Can we cast shield twice?
I don't have shield anymore. I'm not a warlock anymore.
Oh, shit. Because I was going to say, if she casts shield and I cast my thing off of the Everite, I bet we could hit 31 with her AC.
Yeah,
32
maybe.
actually, but no, she doesn't have shield anymore. Cause Shadow Dun took her warlocks.
You asked her to.
I did. That's what I
Okay.
mean. She took it.
You gave it back.
I did. I gave it away.
It's like when Katie said it has to go get blood drawn. They're stealing my blood. No, you're giving it to them.
They're
Yep.
stealing it. I'm being coerced into giving it.
I'm with you, Katie. They're stealing it. Fucking vampires. Like all the math you're
You
doing. That's
take
concerning.
40 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a
Oh.
strength saving throw.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Here's the thing.
Uh,
Zenithal was going to leave Rosalind there and scatter everybody else out since she's like, you know, the
paladin.
paladin of the group and was going to let her do her job.
Yeah. I got a 17 on my save.
All right, so as this thing is barreling forward, but everyone kind of moves, it's kind of looking around, and then it just throws all of its weight into one of its fists in momentum and goes up over its head. You watch as Leo, holding on to this thing's fur, ducks down, and you're like still
What's going on?
getting your bearings, and you look and see this fist the size of a bus hit you. And all of you watch Rosalind go flying and hit the ground.
It's like fucking Team Rocket blasting off again as Ross just gets sent over the moon.
And
Did it
because
just punch itself too?
no, it
It punched over
yeah.
its head and hit me.
And then you also take another
30 feet down.
8 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
All right, Roz is bloodied
Um,
thoroughly.
now we can all roll initiative.
Someone get the number of that truck.
That carriage that just hit me.
No, carriages don't hit like that.
Zana!
What'd she roll?
You have advantage. She rolled 2 2s.
Ooh, that's painful.
It's still an 11, but still. No. How long does Gift of Alacrity last for? It's like 8 hours, isn't it?
8 hours, yeah.
I think she'd have that up. 14 still kind of disgraceful when you have a +9.
I got a 6.
In all fairness, you just got punched by a truck.
Yeah, I mean, I just got knocked out.
All right, who's not, or who rolled in real life? All right, so Leo
Yeah.
with a 28.
Come on.
Who you tell?
I have the heat on right now, so I turn to AC.
Hermia, what'd you get?
Okay. At
23.
least I'll turn off the heat.
23. Corey got a 22. Zealous is already... All right, so it should be... Oh, the Udok.
That thing doesn't need a turn order. It just did half its damage it's going to do now.
Not dead Corey?
Let me check something else here really quick.
Also, is Xenatol level 20 since he has 252 HP?
Oh, can you see his actual HP number? Whoops.
Yeah.
He's pretty up there. All right, so top of the round, Leo. What would you like to do? Standing on the back of this behemoth.
By the wording of our little thing, can I still use the called shot?
What's the wording?
I don't know.
You don't even know?
I don't remember
Hold on,
how it goes either.
I'm looking it up. I'm grabbing it. It's up here somewhere.
That's what I want to know.
Mark of the Oracle.
It does not say.
Coordinated attack. Maeve can use a prime shot to distract an enemy, making it susceptible to sneak attack even if no one else is near it, allowing Leo to use sneak attack on an enemy without advantage on having an adjacent ally. Prime shot is always done with advantage. Blah, 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 blah.
I should have done with advantage, but I forgot.
Yes. Basically, the idea behind this is supposed to be that you hit this and, like, you prime it for a shot. So until the end of its, we're going to say next turn, not counting, because that first round kind of all sort of happened at, like, the same time. So we're going to say that, yes, you do have advantage on the attack.
Okay. I just wanted to know so I could do sneak attack, basically.
Mm-hmm. I probably would have let you anyway, just being up on it the way that you are. But, yep, go for it.
It's still affected by slow until my turn, just so everybody knows.
Until
the end of my next turn.
Your next turn. Gotcha.
Yeah, the end of my next turn. That's right. This turn, but the end of it.
Right.
Can I also call the shot? Because we have rules on that also.
We do?
I thought we did, because I want to stab it in the eye.
It has 4 of them, but yes, you are more than I would say in this case, because it's so big and has so many eyes, attacking one of them isn't going to do much to it. But narratively and for flavor, you can certainly stab it in the eye.
Why does it have 4 eyes?
It is from the abyss. You gotta look out for yourself there, because nobody else is gonna.
Does a 15 plus 10 hit?
It does.
So, dagger damage. And how many do I get with sneak attack? 7 total. And then I'm gonna offhand it.
You had the +2 extra d6 lightning damage.
Oh, I did not.
That's the other thing you get from the prime shot.
There we go.
All right, so that is 35 damage.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
that is very nice.
And then,
Yeah, so you reach down and you stab that dagger into its eye, and it like roars straight up, just bellowing up into the sky. This thing's mouth is so wide, Leo, and where you are, you can see right. This thing has like 6 or 7 rows of teeth, like a shark, basically. Giant fangs sort of up front. You do not want this thing to bite you. I promise you so much. What else?
I
Yeah.
hate to do this. Could I take one of those damage, like the second to last D6 off and use withdraw cunning
Yes.
strike? I keep forgetting I have this
Yep,
shit
no problem. I'll add 4 damage back on, and yes, you can move. What is it?
without taking
Is
an
it?
opportunity attack.
Is it half of your movement, or do you get the full movement?
I get half.
All right, so
but I
yes.
also still have movement, so I'm just going to fly away towards Zenithal.
Yep. So basically, you would want to go 15. Ooh, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So you'd want to basically go like 15 feet up, and then you could do your 30 feet away. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and
35 feet, actually.
30. You want to go like behind him?
No, I'll do where you were. I was just
Okay,
correcting
so
35 feet.
So you still have 10 feet of movement, and you are 45 feet in the air. Do you want to go down 10 feet to 25?
Yeah.
All right, and check this out. We haven't used these yet, but boom. That's how we keep track.
Dope.
Well, although that's saying you're 25 feet in the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, soon.
There we go. 25 feet in the air. All right. And your turn. Zealous, you're up.
Okay. Zealous is going to use its starry form to turn into a starry chalice, and it's going to move 30 feet to right here, and then is going to use a first level healing word on Rosalind, and
For a first level healing word, everyone. So a small heal.
just a small
Heals
amount of healing
33 damage.
for 30 points of healing.
God damn you.
I was so fucking close.
That's so stupid.
I love Circle of the Stars, Druid.
So,
Thanks.
Rosalind, Zealous, describe how Rosalind feels seconds after being hit by a Mack truck.
Zealous is just going to kind of float over, and you hear very restorative words enter your mind that say, healing word. And then you're like, oh, I should not be hit by a Mack truck. And then you start standing back up.
And your pain subsides as those comforting words pass through your head.
Thanks. Oh.
I mean, what do you expect? It's a first level spell.
Yeah.
So that was your movement.
And
Movement,
action.
bonus, and move, and I'm all done.
Yep.
Wait, what's
'Cause
what's
action to transform?
Oh,
Yeah.
action to transform. Isn't it a bonus action now in 2024?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It
Actually, I
is.
can't do any of that.
What?
Use it.
Why?
Yeah, because you can't use 2 bonus actions.
Do you have an action heal from a distance?
I mean,
This is why I sometimes wish you could just
Exchange action
change,
economies.
Yeah. Yeah, I
The good
know.
old 4E days.
But don't get me started. 4E was crazy, but it did some things right. Although you couldn't move between actions, and that was
Which
really
was
fucking
silly.
annoying.
Yeah, that was
I
dumb.
know, it was so annoying.
That would have been a house rule of mine.
Yeah. It almost wasn't ours.
all right, let me ask you this.
Okay.
What time of the day is it?
Why does it matter?
Are we going to go and do more stuff, or is this...
Oh,
Or...
all right. So I will let you know. You went to the King's in the morning, so this was still like before noon, or maybe it was like close to noon-ish. You technically traveled like maybe a time zone ahead, so it's still like middle of the day. Y'all have been up for maybe like 4-ish hours.
Okay. So probably going to have more adventuring ahead of us.
Maybe.
We are here to close a portal that's very big, so that seems likely.
Mr.
It's all right.
Black
There's no
sucks
red
at
caps around
teleporting.
here.
I was say
I should be fine.
If the important thing is healing her, you can take back the starry form and just do the regular heal for now, the regular healing word. You know, like a normal
yeah, but
person.
Then I use like all of the heal.
Yeah,
That's-
this is
that's-
half of the
that's-
heal spell.
Yeah.
If you're
That's
nothing
nice.
without the heal, you don't deserve it.
Fine, we're gonna replace the healing word and just cast heal. So instead of healing for 30, Raz, you can have 70 hit points, and we'll give.
And say, remember, everybody took 26 damage
Yeah.
from the ocean, so make sure that's reflected.
No, Roz is back to full.
Yep, I took my damage.
Oh, well, that's actually much better.
5, 10, 16, 19. We'll give 19 to. Are you in range? We'll give it to not dead Corey.
Corey, is that are you like trying to signal me? Is that like a taunt? Like I'm not dead? Like
No,
are you challenging me?
Remember what it was? I think I did drop, and then someone brought me back. I don't
Oh,
remember,
okay. That
so I just was
wasn't
being
something you
silly.
did today. Okay.
No, yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Zealous?
actually, only 16. 16 hit points, not 19.
And that's the end of your turn, right?
Yes, now that's the end.
All right, Hermia, your turn.
I think I'm like, I can't.
Leo taking inspo from Dolik.
Thank you, Dolvik.
It's 25 feet away, so you can get up to it if you need to.
Oh, I can't?
Yep. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20. It's actually only 20 feet away, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, why not? I'll get up to it and just start hitting it.
All right. Zoop, 20 feet up to it. Go ahead. Take
Okay.
your attacks.
So, first hit was only a 17. Wait.
Does slow
No, it's not.
also affect AC? Negative 2 AC,
Minus
right?
2.
Minus
Lowers
2.
it by 2.
So, well, even if it is, it hits.
Okay.
Unless it's lower than
Um,
that.
No, it's not. It
Okay.
wasn't lower than that. Second hit is 24.
Yep.
And I get 3 hits now.
That's right.
So 18 plus 12 is like the last one.
All of those hit.
Okay. That's not it. Okay, so 18. Yeah, 18.
Okay.
18 again. And 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. All right, you come up and just begin like slashing and laying into this thing's arm with your first attack, kind of causes it to buckle. And as it falls down, the side of like its rib cage is now just barely within your reach, and you shove Foamir up in between its ribs a couple times and watch as black ichor just starts to drip out.
Yep.
All done? All right. Corey!
Okay.
Be a warlock. Or sorry, be a sorcerer.
Be a sorcerer. Okay, quick question.
Yes.
Looking around this place, I don't know where we are. We're still on the material plane, yes?
As
Do I know? Can
far
I tell?
as you're aware.
Okay, Corey's gonna stretch and fling a sorcery thing. I'm going to heighten spell, and I'm gonna cast banishment.
Oh.
So they get
Sending
to
him
roll
back
at
to the
disadvantage.
abyss.
What's the DC and the saving throw for that?
Do I want it in? Hold on.
How long does banishment last?
If you can
Up
hold
to a
it
minute, but if you hold it the
for
whole
the
minute, they're
they
just gone.
stay gone if they're not from this
Got it.
plane, which the
Dead.
Udok is
He's definitely not.
Hold on. I need to decide if
I would
want
say, though, that that's
to-
not necessarily something that any of you
Would know off the top
would
of our head.
know for sure. But even so, it would at least give you a minute of a reprieve.
I'm going to. This is probably a waste. As a bonus action, first, I'm going to activate my innate sorcery so that my DC increases by 1. So they roll at advantage against a 21.
They roll at advantage?
Disadvantage.
Well, the disadvantage is honestly better than the +1.
Yeah.
And it's a wisdom saving throw?
Charisma.
Oh, charisma
charisma.
saving throw. Well, guess what? He's not
better?
great at that either.
Really?
So if it's a 21, he can only make it with a natural 20. So that means he's going to have to
double
roll
nat 20.
double nat 20s.
Come on, don't.
You know, I don't want to use those two. I'm going to use these
Only
two
one in
because
400.
these two
Doable.
have been sitting on nat 20s this whole time.
Don't you dare. Don't say anything.
Don't you Callie this up.
I know.
That is a 7 and a 3. Tell us how your banishment spell manifests, Corey.
I think. Corey just starts to do this like Kamehameha. But there are like these like iridescent threads of energy and almost like lightning, like magic, that kind of glows in their eyes. And then as it hits the what is it, an Udok or Urdok?
Yep.
Udok.
Udok. You see that as it hits it, a almost mini portal of the abyss begins to swirl inside of itself, and it just collapses into a small ball
Shit.
into nothing.
And just sucks it in. Anything else you'd like to do in this moment, Corey?
I'm just gonna go, Xanatal, you better get your shit together!
We're in Xhorhas.
Are you sure?
Yes, and good job, Corey, that if you can hold that concentration for a minute, it won't come back. Udoks are not native to this plane.
Hey, suck my dick, man!
Corey.
That was a compliment.
It didn't sound like it.
A screech fills the air. Maeve, it is your turn. The screech takes all of your attention upward. In the sky, circling around, you see 3 winged creatures. It's hard to tell a lot of details about them. They look like they are just like clouds of smoke with these long, leathery wings that come out the sides.
Okay, well they mean us harm though, right?
You're not sure?
Xanatal, what's that?
Gloomstalkers. They are carrion beasts that normally pick off the remains of Udok feasts.
Oh, so they don't mean us harm.
Yeah, do we not? Do I shoot it?
Do you? You want to hold?
I guess I'll hold. Sarah knows they're bad, but
Mhm.
I don't know if they're actually. I guess I'll.
You
Hold
can
an
shoot him if you
action.
want to. Tell you what, make
Yeah,
a
but-
make an insight check for me.
Okay.
Given that you are a ranger, even though they are monstrosities, I think
25.
there's overlap. You know a hungry creature when you see one.
All right. Shoot it. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. How close are they to each other?
Well, why don't we put them on the map?
That'd be great. The good news is, unless you for some reason made them over 600 feet away, I can shoot them. Main thing I just need to know. Oh, so
They
they're
are
Oops.
They are
Shit.
601 foot away.
Hold on,
Can you
hold on,
imagine?
hold on.
Oh, they're forever away from each other. Never mind. Okay.
That's not
fine.
well. That's not 600 feet though.
No, I want them close together for a reason.
Oh,
for the
like you
design.
wanted them clumped
Yeah, I want
close
them
to each other.
clumped.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. I can work with this. Okay. We are going to.
Oops.
No, that's fine. I'll do this instead. Okay.
No, you guys would have seen it if they were that. So hold on, they're up
Oh,
a bit.
interesting.
Up a
I
bit more.
Make the attack first. Okay. Oh, I misread this. Hold on. Oh, it takes that instead?
Actually, they should probably be even higher. They're 100 feet in the air currently.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, alright. Let's try this. I am going to attack the one over here.
You got it.
Are you kidding me? I'm spending inspo. That's a BS roll!
You shoot Leo in the face.
Exactly. And it goes wide.
Ooh,
Alright. It's 20 hit.
20 does hit. Yes.
Alright. Bonus action, I'm gonna cast lightning arrow. So the extra thing doesn't matter. It's just going to take the 48 lightning damage.
Does still have to make a dexterity saving throw, though, right?
No, that's only for the ones 10 feet away from it.
Gotcha. Okay, so how much damage do they take then?
18. No, don't include the 12. It's just 18.
Okay. Do they take any damage from the arrow attack as
I
well?
guess not. Because it says, as your attack hits or misses the target, oh, I guess it could have missed, but whatever. The weapon or ammunition using transforms into a lightning bolt. Instead of taking any damage or other effects
Gotcha.
from the attack,
Okay.
the target takes 48
So the
damage.
attack is for the first one, lightning
Yeah.
damage, and then ones behind it would make the dexterity save.
Yeah, but it's
Gotcha.
not within 10 feet of it.
You
So, but I will do
got
a
it.
normal second attack.
Yep.
Did it go through? I guess not. Sorry. Oh, there it goes.
Wait,
29.
a normal second attack was the Ribbons
Yeah.
of Delenfer, not your first
Yes.
one, the natural one?
I inspoed that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, yes. 29 hits then.
All right. Loop plus. It's not going to roll that. So, 23.
You
second
got it. Yeah, you pierce it first with the lightning arrow, then put another arrow that goes into the smoke and does not come out the other side, so they must be solid. And it screeches in pain.
They're hungry! And that's my turn. Since Luster did not go, I could move him, but I'm going to stick him where he's at, and he has the dodge action. Which I always
And
forget.
banishment isn't something you continuously make saves on, correct?
Nope. As long as I make concentration for a minute, then it doesn't come back.
Yep, you got it.
Oh, I guess if I'm allowed to still move, I would try to move in front of Corey to get it so the Gloomstalker comes after me and not Corey.
You got it.
Sorry, that's the end of my turn.
Yep. All right. So, at 100 feet, it is going to dive down 40, and it kind of glides for a second, and then just swoops, like dive bombing straight towards the two of you. So you step up in front of Corey, and as it's about halfway there, it vanishes completely. And then you are suddenly surrounded by smoke as it reappears and is going to try to snatch you
featherfall tokens. We all have at least one.
Does a 27 hit, Maeve?
Yeah, it does.
All right.
Silvery barbs.
Does Silvery Barbs make you take the new one or the lowest one?
Low.
Low.
Darn. Rolled a natural 20 on the reroll. Maeve,
Give advantage to Maeve.
Thanks.
you take 14 slashing damage,
All right.
5 necrotic damage, as this thing reaches out with its talons, having reappeared in front of you, and wraps them around your shoulders. You feel the claws dig into your back, while the sort of bottom thumb-like ones gouge into, like, your ribs, and one of them, like, you know, just, like, below your shoulder. And being close to this thing within the smoke itself, you are suddenly freezing, like biting cold, as your entire body starts to go numb, whether it's from the smoke of just being near this thing or something that its attacks are doing to you, you're not sure, but it then begins to beat its wings, and it flies up into the sky 40 feet. Holding
Get
on
outta
to
here,
you
Corey.
as you are grappled.
Am I in the ground? Oh, I'm 40 feet in the air.
Yep. So as
Okay.
it goes up, maybe yells, "Get out of here, Corey!" And I believe it has, yep, one more attack. It will then attempt to bite you. 24 to hit.
Hold on. Yeah.
Can I
can't do that.
cast Silvery Barbs?
Yeah.
What's the range on Silvery Barbs?
60 feet.
Yes, you can. $23 to hit.
Yeah, that still hits, and I can't do a thing to make that better. So
13,
Give my advantage to Zenithal.
13 piercing damage.
sorry, there's one thing I need to look at. There's an ability I forgot I had. I just
Uh-huh.
where did I see it? It was
Take-
something
take your
about if
time.
I get hit, I can move half my speed. Where did I see that?
You are grappled, so your speed is 0.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So 13
damage?
piercing damage and 7 necrotic damage as it's flying up with its claws in you. It reaches down and just starts to like bite and like gnaw at your face.
She is trying her best not to scream too loudly. It's not going so hot.
Zealous and Corey, please roll a d20 in chat. This one swoops over
Give my advantage to Corey.
towards Corey. It is going to go down 60 feet as it comes over this way. We'll use its shadow step to appear behind Corey in a similar fashion that its friend just did. Oh, Corey. Does a 15 hit?
Better.
No.
Darn. So it misses with snatch, so then it will just try to bite you. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm rolling so low on damage. 7 piercing damage.
What's your AC, Corey?
16.
16.
Oh, I was so close. 7 piercing damage, 11 necrotic damage. And that is a con save of 10 to maintain your concentration.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend an inspo.
Yeah, go for it. Everyone, don't forget you have your bracelet things. If you put those on, you have your D4.
I wouldn't have made it with a D4.
Ooh. All right. What about with your inspo? Did you make it?
Yeah, I did. 21.
All right. And then it will use... It has 40 feet. It will use 40 feet of movement to fly back up into the sky. Next one is gonna go for Zana. Same thing. Appears in a blast of smoke. .21 will hit, which means Zana is snatched.
Oh boy.
Takes 7 slashing, 10 necrotic. 7.
Come on, by rules
10.
of shipping, we can't both be in trouble.
Yeah, she can't save you now. And then a bite. It misses on the bite,
I'm kidding.
but does fly her 40 feet up into the air. Ooh, you know what? She's going to use her reaction to have that. How much did I say? I think I said it's 7 and 10. So she'll get 8 back. All right. On Zana's turn, she's grappled, so she will have disadvantage on attacks as she holsters the pepper box, and with this thing holding her in the air, takes out bad news, is going to burn a grit for advantage to make it a straight roll, and you hear in your head, have that featherfall token ready.
Always ready.
That is a natural 20 on a straight roll. I should have called sharpshooter as well.
Yeah.
So that
Should've would've.
is 2d12. So that is 24, 29. Ooh. 39, 50 damage. So as you hear in your head, have that featherfall token ready. This thing is like snapping at you, like gnawing at your neck and shoulder, and you can, see its head now that you're like inside, like the smoke and whatnot here.
Yeah.
And as it rears up and screeches and goes for one final big bite, cacophonous boom echoes across the waste, and its head just vanishes into a fine mist.
Oh.
And I use a reaction to use my featherfall token.
You are falling like a feather. Use that one. And then she has to reload. Oh, she has 3 attacks now. All right. And then she just puts the gun like up underneath this thing and
Kaboom.
technically no, because I think she has a feat that makes it so that she doesn't take disadvantage at a close range. Oh no, maybe she doesn't. Maybe that's something completely different. Yeah, I think that is something that you have to take that gives you like proficiency with firearms as well. So it's like if you already have it, why would you take it? So she is going to... She'll use a grit. Straight roll. There's nothing that says you can't use sharpshooter when you're not actually sharpshooting, right? So she's going to use sharpshooter.
Right. You can use it on any range attack.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter, question mark, as she just puts this thing up into this thing's body.
I forgot I also had sharpshooter, so I'm going to be doing that one next.
All right, so that is a 18 minus 5 is 15 plus her attack bonus. Hits. So it is 14, 25, 25, 35. As she blows a hole through this thing. And then she'll use a bonus action to reload again. Zenithal's turn. Okay. Corey is the most important thing right now, because if she drops concentration, a Udak comes back.
Vortex warp.
What is the distance of that?
Depends on what level you cast it at, but normally it's, I think, either 90 or 120 feet.
90.
I mean, if it's an all range spell, he just got to move 5 feet.
No, I'm wondering how far he can send her.
Oh, yeah, I think it's like 90 feet.
Oh, there it is. Range area 90 feet. Yep. Okay.
You can upcast it for more feet.
Yep. And that is normally that's a second.
Yep.
Level spell.
Yep.
That's
the best spell in the
kinda
game.
If I could learn that
crazy.
spell, I would be zooming
is
you all around.
The best spell in D&D.
And it is a action, right?
Yep.
So yeah, he casts Vortex Warp on Corey and drops her right behind you, Roz. So suddenly, Corey, you vanish in just like a wisp as everything around you seems to sort of twist and turn. And it's a bit disorienting. And as you kind of suddenly reappear, Roz is like gasping on, or I guess not gasping because you just got healed, but is on the ground in front of you, just kind of taking deep, measured breaths. Can I... Is there not a way with spells like there is with attacks to be like, only show me bonus actions?
Yeah, if you're in the spells tab.
I actually don't think so.
or-
Yeah, I
no,
don't think there
actually.
is either.
It looks like you can search for it by that, though. Oh, no,
Yeah.
that does not help.
It
can't.
looks like the only thing he has as a bonus action is Misty Step. Oh, and
Okay,
and
if
Far
you use the
Step, I
filter,
guess.
you can if you do just click the manage spells button, you can then do it by casting time.
Or if you go into actions, then the bonus actions, there should be a list of spells there too.
No, it is
Sometimes.
all
Mine doesn't do that.
good. He will end his turn. Roslyn, it is your turn.
All right. Roz will get back up to her feet, and that's her turn.
No. You want to ready an attack?
Yeah.
Leo, it's back around to you.
You can fly, hon.
You
I know,
do have
but
fly.
But I can't reach anything, and I don't have any ranged abilities anymore. I'm not a warlock anymore.
What is the speed of fly?
30 feet.
30 feet? Mm. Could maybe punch Corey, and if she drops concentration, you could kill an Udak.
I'll
I could
just
do that too.
Leo, you're up.
I'll fly over this way and cast.
With 35, you could get up to it.
Well, I'm 25 feet down too.
I guess I don't know exactly what the Pythagorean is on that, but yeah. All right, what are you going to cast?
So, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
It's a Dex save.
Flame-like radiance, blah blah blah. The target must succeed on Dexterity saving throw or
Yep,
take
it
one.
made it.
Yep. Okay. It doesn't do anything on a failed. So
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to give Zealous. Or no, he's not within 60 feet. Never mind, I'm done.
All right, Zealous, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Maeve is currently falling?
Slowly, yep.
I feather fall, so I'm
Yep,
good.
so she's kind of just floating down, nice and gentle like.
But still needs healing.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that'd be nice. On a scale of 1 to 101, I'm at a 36.
Okay.
Yeah, because she is pretty ripe picking for that Gloomstalker that just lost its Fey Prince snack.
Okay. Well, in that case, we will use the first level bonus action healing word on Maeve.
For a piddly 30 heals.
It was only 25 this time.
With 2 1s and a 2.
It was very bad.
Thank you.
And then
I just say, being a level 20 wizard, there's so many things to keep track of.
is this other Gloomstalker has Zana?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to. Let's see. We'll move 30 feet to like right over here, and then I'm going to try to Thorn Whip the Gloomstalker. And
range on Thorn Whip is 60 then?
30 feet?
It's 40 feet in the air.
I'm flying?
Oh, yes. Okay, yep.
I figured I'm like, I don't know, 20 feet-ish in the air or so.
Yeah, you could definitely get to a point where you can pull it down to you. So yes, so, yep. So you're gonna whip the stalker to pull to you, or Zana to pull away from the stalker. If it hits Zana, you will then have to make a contested roll against the Gloomstalker. If you hit the Gloomstalker, does it make a save? Or does it automatically get pulled? Yeah, so if you hit the Gloomstalker, it just automatically gets pulled towards you.
Yeah, I'll just hit the Gloomstalker.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. 26 hits.
26.
Yep.
Okay. 11 points of
piercing damage, and it
damage.
pulls them 10 feet towards you.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to come 5 feet this way and 5 feet down.
Sounds good.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Hermia, it is your turn. Zenithal is going to use a legendary action and is going to cast Fly on Hermia.
What?
Mm-hmm. So as it comes to you, Hermia, and the thing you were just fighting is gone. Zenithal, you feel yourself suddenly become a bit lighter as Zenithal utters some words and says, "Get up there and help your friends."
Okay. I don't know how close I can get to anything.
25 feet away and 35 feet in the air. You got what, 30 feet of movement?
I would say I'd let her get within range of the Gloomstalker that has Zana.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one's 40 feet up, so it would be just out of reach. So yeah, you can fly up to this one and attack it with Foamir.
First attack, 19 plus 12.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Second is dirty 20.
Oh, that's only with Hex.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay.
And 17 plus 12.
Yeah, all three of those hit.
Okay. 16.
16 damage.
18
18 damage.
and 18.
All right. Hermia, as you fly up towards this thing and you slash it once with Foamir, it has an interesting reaction with this thing. As you pull Foamir through it, it shrieks in pain, and you watch as the smoke kind of gets drawn into Foamir, and you swipe through it again, and with each attack that hits it, it seems to be drawing more and more of this thing's body into it until all that's left is the creature without the smoke behind it, which it looks like an odd cross between like what you might expect in eel and like a bat hybrid to kind of look like, but with wings. And on the third one, as the last of the smoke leaves its body, its shriek trails off as it loses its grip on Zana and begins to plummet.
You should have a Featherfall token too.
Does she? Then
I bought 2 for everybody.
Then she will use a Featherfall token on herself. And as that one lets out its death shriek, the third one looks like it is turning to leave, no longer liking its odds.
Aw, man.
And that's where we will wrap up today's session.